Hello everyone, welcome to Detective Worden, a game that I believe is based off of Wordle, with some detective elements. Well, I'm very excited. Without further ado, let's begin, shall we? I like Wordle, I like detective games, of course. It's kind of what my channel is based on. So, yeah, we only got a 4-letter word right here. Let's put in blue, shall we? Because it's a word that I can see. Department's training session again, huh? I guess it's time to warm up. I guess I have to read this down here first. Okay, so now can we put in blue? Okay, all grays. Shall we do word? There's a word I can also see on my screen. Every word was picked for a reason. Word is word. 17 seconds, attempts 2, difficulty easy. Could have got that in the first one just by looking at this. Red enter, make a bit. Blue button is remove show excluded whippers. Okay, so you can also type it on the typewriter, I guess, in the corner there. Crimson beginning. The murder unveils a case long hidden in the shadows. Alrighty. A new case. Murder, hotel room, sometime last night. Alrighty. We get a murder. Hotel room, sometime last night. Can we look at the photo or? We can, but it doesn't really show much. Can we look at anything else on there? With some cigarettes. We got a little lighter over here. And yeah, we can type on the thing, I guess. But hotel room. Blood. There's a bed. We can see a newspaper. Maybe a case. I'm gonna try that. How about suit? Because he's wearing a suit. I realize that's using some of the same, well, one of the same letters. How about, blue? Yeah, that is using some of the A, E, I. We haven't used an O yet. Maybe it's like salt. No. Fold. Those are all new words, letters on there. Yeah. How about like dough? Let's put, oh no. Jolt. No. Dome. I can't think of it. Job. I'm gonna put done. Okay, so the D doesn't go there either. So yeah, it'd be something like this, right? Maybe. So if I put in like code straight away, it would have been it. Oh, roughly, yeah, you know. Like fold. Except we know that hold isn't right. And we also know that the D goes in the third position. Like bird. But we know there's no E in it. Like body. Ah, there we go. Well, it says if the body was purposely arranged. I mean, it does not look like it was purposely arranged, right? It's just lied down in a pool of his own blood. Okay. But the case is organized here. Some clues, however, can only be revealed once the right word is guessed. Okay. So we've got a new 4-letter word in my notes. Now we can see the male victim, room 204, located, found face down in a pool of blood. There's some wine on the thing there. We type in wine, perhaps? Nope. Okay, so it's got nothing to do with the wine. But we've got rid of some good ones. I should think of 4-letter words that have a lot of like good letters in them, you know? But no. I, E, O, boom. Like foam. But that, you know, we've already used an A in this case. That seems like a good word in the future, though. Like soup, but you know. So there is a okay, there is an A. So like body would be fine again. Let's do it because okay. How did they get inside the door? They went in through the door. No. Is there a window? Like could have faced down in the pool of blood. Maybe they were hiding under the bed. They can get through a window. Alrighty. You guys are probably screaming at my Wordle. Because I've not used. I've used letters that I've already tried. Like... I wonder if I can like mark what letters I have already used. We've used a W. We've used an R. We've used a T. Yeah. Okay. That's true. No, that's not using all new letters. We have already used a W. What about Bob's? We've already used the B and N and an S. That'd be terrible. We've already used an N and we've already used an M, right? No, we have not used an M yet. Bobby. How did they get inside? It looks like a hotel, right? Maybe from the second floor or the first floor. From the drawer, perhaps. Found face down in the pool of liquids. From it looks like they got behind him. Male victim. No, they stabbed him in the chest. So yeah, they would definitely kill him from front of him. He would fall forward and then, you know, die. Colk. Why is my mind blanking now that I'm pretty good at Wordle, honestly? Oh. Shall we do it? Shall we do it? Rock. Maybe rock. Nah. I think I've already thought about all of the letters at the top row of my keyboard and there's none of them. Sock. Got cock. Jock. Lock. Through the lock. Of course. They knocked. No mask in the lock. This wasn't a break-in. So they got let in. That's what you're trying to tell me. It's a photo ID in his pocket. Blood on the corner. Alright, what's his name? Simon Lane. Well, let's try Lane. No. Name. No. Perfect. Finally a name. Simon Lane, but he doesn't look like the victim. So maybe that was the murderer. The 15th of May. 1985. It's one of those for sure. That was a Tuesday. None of these are 4-letter words. was Red. Birthday. Calendar. When was his birthday? Let's have a look. Identified name is clear, Simon Lane, but the photo doesn't look like him. He was born 1st the 5th, 1935. So he was born also in May. He was born over here. Oh no, it's American. He was born in January. Let's do foam. That's my favorite. It's my favorite starting that I've come up with now. Let's do Ned. Like the nape of your neck, right? What about age? No. What about same? Oh no, we've already used a saw. What a calendar found at the crime scene. Right. So it has got something to do with this calendar. 1985. Our date. Right. One date is circled in the desk calendar. May 15th. There's a killer pointing to it. Perhaps. Alrighty, we got one used syringe in the bathroom. Drug. No. What else can we say? Needle or tranquilizer or like trank? Oh no, that's 5 letters. I wonder if train is just a word. A-E-I? Aha. So maybe it's like or like shot, which would fit because it's a shot. The cause of death could be linked to a drug, shot, or poisoning. I think I'm getting better now, right? Surely. The weapon lay in the hotel's garbage, making the victim's wounds. That's a knife, a blade, a stab, a stab. Perfect. Multiple stab wounds across the head and body. The knife still holds fingertips. Fingerprints even. Is it the same guy that's on the thingamajig? The detective questioned the hotel staff about the night of the murder. Alrighty, let's play this, shall we?
I'd like to ask you a few questions about the murder yesterday. Were you the first one to discover the body? Yes, sir. During my morning rounds, I noticed the door to room 205 was slightly open. When I went in, I found the scene. I need to confirm. Who was he? It was our hotel manager, Mr. Lewis. He usually stayed in one of the staff quarters, but according to the others, he never showed up there last night. Lewis. I see. Let me ask you this. Have you ever heard the name Simon Lane? Simon Lane? Yes. I've heard of him. We used to work here as a maintenance guy, and people said he was tied to a murder case years back.
Oh, really?
I don't know the details, though.
You're useless. Case a few years back, eh? So that is where the... Maybe it was like this. Okay, so it's this. Like, step. Flap. Map. Okay, flap. Tap. You can think of lots of three-word words. Step, tap. Wrap. Like this. Ah. That's XWAP. What word could that be? Swap? A swap of identity. Well, it's Simon's ID on Lewis's body. Ah. Mr. Lewis and Simon Lane are the same. No. They're the people in this murder. They are twin. They are a noun. I mean, they are. But that's not it. They're both ponies. I would love them to be ponies, I think. They moan. They're A-E-I-O-U, yeah. Why? Because I'm awesome. They are tons. Let's have a look at my notes for a second. Note was found in the hotel garbage with the killer's practices. Killer had marked May 15th in the calendar at the scene. ID in his pocket and killer's name, Simon Lane, but the photo doesn't look like him. They're both bone. They're both a bong. Ah. They've got a bond. What bond connects them? Someone needs to revisit the old case file. Aha. Shrouded in mist, the deeper you dig, the more tangled it gets. Dun dun! Oh, we got more 4-letter Wordles. Back to the main menu. We got more stuff about Simon and Thingamajig. Well, hotel guests come and go, but traces always show in a room. And and soot. And a boom. It's in a book, right? Check the hotel's guest book and see if it reveals anything. Aha, here we go. They raised the bar 5 letters now. Alrighty. The man in the next room, I remember him. Okay, so we remember Marsh. He's in the room. Next room. Really? Is it 204, 205, you know? Who else we got? Harabin. We got Voss, Bone. Stone? No. Or Lakewood Drive. Grace. Maybe Grace in 512? In 412, sorry. No. Like spare. Or here. No. I just keep on thinking about ones that I've already done. like spare. Or thar. Diana Burke. R. Char. Why do I think of... That's obviously a real word. You don't know about that. You know what? I'm gonna go do scare just because I wanna figure out if that's where the R goes. Okay, it does go there. Here, yeah, sure. Clear. Why can't I think of a word that starts with ends with AR and there's so many of them? How do people do this when they're like recording? I feel like my brain just shuts off, you know? Prayer. Or tear. Like stare. I could have done stare, but instead of tear. Who else have we got in here? 1985. OH 28. Simon Lane, Harold Byrne. Diana Burke. Theron Marsh. Matthew Cole and Wei Zhang. And Grace Hill, Lakewood Drive. Pinebrook Road, Wolfshine Boulevard, and Willow Creek Road. Maybe like Blair. Or and then obviously. Well, he appeared, you know, but it's felt wrong. Why is... yeah. Like, I can think of Blair, for example, but we've already used it now. Swar. Okay, it is war. Why are we? Maybe he's aware? The entry with Theron. I was aware of him from the jewelry store case years back. Well, then tell us that. Theron March, scarred, sly, a streetwise thug. I suppose it doesn't. Sly, scarred, a streetwise thug. He's a rogue. A rogue. He's, what's the other word that's really good? He's, count. Like count. No, we already used a U. Is canid, like a dog. Alright, we got all of the letters now, I think, or most of them. So it's either X-O-I-C-E, voice, like voice. I can still hear his voice. Slurred, rough, full of swagger. Alright, well, we can do rogue canid again. What's the other word that I like starting with? The one that I always like saying with is like wine, but obviously we've already used all of those letters. What was Theron's past name? Well, we don't have that, do we? Or do we? All of my stuff is still in here. Unless we've got stuff over here. I haven't been paying attention to what we actually said, so maybe A-E-I-O-U. Alright, so we've used all the letters, we only know there's an E. His name was Bled. His name was Bleed, obviously. I said we've already used a D. We want to use as many other letters as is possible, right? Without using probably too many other vowels. So maybe like yeah, that's good. I like that. No, never mind. We did not find out any more letters, so it was bad. Beamed. Pains. Blaines. As Peeper's name was obviously Sirius. Like the planet. And made up of all letters that we've already used. And places that we've already used. Maybe it was Lewis, you know? Because that's the name of the guy, but we know that it's not because we've already used a... Maybe it was Simon. Well, no, it's not. We've already used these letters. Maybe like Hume. Mazes. Magic. No, we keep on thinking of words that we've already used all the letters for. W. How about like this? I mean, that's like a good word. I might do it just in case I can't think of anything else that is. Okay, so there's only one E and it's right in the middle there. And there's no Y. Okay. Let's we've already used an S. We've already used a P. We used an L, yep. We've already used a D, an A, an S, an F. No. Like, bend. Like, something like that. Them. Well, let's just do theme and see if any of these letters are right. So is the here. Well, I've already used all the vowels. Theory. Theory. Whip. Whip. Fuse. Feud. Beef. Fugue. Fuel. There's none of those. Anyone ever done this when playing Word? Theory. Well, we've already done that. We've already done. Oh, maybe it's like theta, except it's not. Like maybe theft. Could be. So you're right. The theft at Milton Street. Why would it say what? Oh, well, I can't bloody read. What was there as past crime? I did know that there was past crime was theft. It said. All right, let's listen to this thing.
There. You stayed in room 205 last night.
Yeah, I got a call. Someone said there was a construction job in town. They told me to come here.
Who called?
No name, just a voice. Said they'd explain more in person. I didn't think too much.
So, did anyone come by? Did the phone ring again?
Nah, no one came. No call either. I just I felt like a fool. I got kind of mad.
Did you hear anything last night?
Nah, nothing. It was really quiet all night.
I didn't hear anything. It was really quiet all night. Tone. What about Thomas? Like Hazor. What about Racer? But what about the roads, my friend? What about the roads? Did you think about those? Nope. But that gave us more information. What about the Kratos? Or Kratos? What about Kratos? Like the god of war? What about Plato? Nah. What about the patio? Did you hear anything from the patio? Okay. So we know that the O isn't there, or there, right? So, like it could be there, or like this, like an atoll. I said that's like this. And toll. Anton. Anton's a real name. Is it Wordle rules? Aston. Is Aston Martin a word? Well, we know it's not any anyway. What about this? Oh, you can press Z to hide the keys that you've already. So we know that the O is definitely here, right? So it's like this. Like actor. Don't be fooled, he's just an actor, need to keep him in the watch. No, that's not necessarily the word I would use. Well, this is autopsy results around. Okay. Jay Lewis, he's a male, he's a Caucasian, mid-40s, light brown hair, no eye color. Apparently. He's 5'11". Skill difference, honestly. 186 pounds. Multiple blunt injuries to the face, 9 stab wounds to the Chest and abdomen fire penetrated to the chest cavity. Presence of high-dose sedative compound consistent with midazolam. Alright, what about wound? Or, good word though. Compound. He was stabbed here, 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 and here. So one in his side, two in his upper chest area, and one in his head. I feel like either one of these would kill you. This one probably would kill you as well. Multiple blunt injuries to the face. It was like slapped. How about we do like slaps? Oh, well, I don't really want to... what about slaps? Yeah. Alright, what about stab? Stabby. Stabs. So it is STA. He, obviously... was stamped. It was stamped stable. He stalled, even though we know that Prisma Z button was Alt control. There we go, control. Stab. It was used. They used a stave, obviously. They stared at him, right? He was stale. He stame. It was stabby. Stale. They stabbed him with a stake. It was all a stage. 9 cuts at the pose, an effect ID in this part. Someone staged this. Well, staged as a 6-letter word, my friend. Old record says Lewis testified in a case 4 years ago. Alright, what case did he save in? J. Lewis, 5/18/1981, 1480cc, Riverview Hotel Manager. Simon said he was going to clean room 308. That will allow past housekeeping hours. When he came out after 10 minutes later, he looked pale and shaken. I thought it was odd, but didn't press. Maybe just a rough day. Tape available. Alright, so he was a witness, right? Maybe he was gonna clean. Or... he claimed. How about flame? That's a good one. Oh no. Flame. There we go. Puts letters in good places, in my opinion. And we get a lot more information, right? Because now we know that there's also an S. So we've got actually most of the letters. That's like this. It was cast out. Kebs. The cause, right? The cause of death. The old grudge is a likely cause. Could it be someone settling the school for that accusation years ago? Perhaps. Let's have a listen.
Mr. Lewis, tell me about the afternoon of May 15th. Did you see Simon?
Yeah, I did. Around 2 o'clock. Maybe a little after. I was about to head out for a bit.
What was he doing?
He said he was heading to room 308. Something about a faulty phone line that was reported by a guest. I didn't think much of it. I just figured he'd be in and out. A quick fix.
Where were you at the time?
I was by the front desk. talking with Clara, and she was covering the afternoon shift. I saw Simon walking past me, headed toward the stairs.
How long was he in 308?
10 minutes? I didn't check the time. When he came out, he looked off. Pale. Kind of spaced out. I asked if he was okay. He said, "I'm fine," and just kept walking.
Did you go check the room?
No, I actually had to step out that afternoon. Some errands to run. By the time I got back, Simon was already gone. Figured everything was fine.
Isn't that very interesting, isn't it? Where do you reckon, like, this other sea goes? This is, like, does it go here? Does it go down the back here? Like here? And what valve is included? Like, is it like this? Collect. Except we know that it doesn't end with like this and that. That's we've already used an H. AEI. So no A, no L, no S. AE, probably an E. Choke. The other place it can go is here, right? Like, kill. Like, kickle. Cackle. We could try like that for uncle, right? Yeah. Okay, so it is a... What's this? A-E-I-O-U. So it's not another vowel. Oh, cycle maybe. It's a cycle of things. Feels like pick of a bigger cycle. I don't not think of cycle. It's a hard word. Here's another part of Lewis's statement. Have a listen.
Do you know the victim in room 308? Richard Monroe?
Monroe? No, I never spoke to him. But the name sounds familiar. I think Simon mentioned him once or twice.
He was a reporter, always chasing money trails and digging into shady connections. Did Simon ever say what happened between them?
Simon told me that Monroe, the reporter, ruined his whole family. He wrote an expose claiming that internal staff were helping with financial fraud. His wife was just a junior accountant at that company. She only handled invoices and paperwork. Never had access to the money. But once the article came out, she was immediately treated as a scapegoat. Within a week, she was taken away.
That's rude to my species.
There was an incident while she was in custody. She injured her back, and no one helped her for days. By the time they finally sent her to the hospital, it was already too late. When she came home, she couldn't walk anymore.
Understood. This helps us understand the situation better.
So it is B. I thought it was like she broke her back, you know? Even though I know that's like this. But, you know. Gotta try in these things. Maybe like blame. You need someone to blame? Fault had to go somewhere. Talk to the prisoner. Simon is still serving his sentence. No time to commit the crime. He flipped. So that was just to use a lot of letters, and it kind of worked, didn't it? We've got what? How many? We've still got quite a lot. There we go. So we know it's like this, for example. Maybe it's like he's agile. I know there's no, and I actually know that it's like this, but and we also know there's no E, M, or E for them in it. Cliddy, like this. LED. Is that even a word? Liddy. We could do this. Oh, I'm gonna F up. Probably. I forgot about the A. Plebe, obviously. Plebe, flub, flub. Plebe, flub, flub. Okay. I'm gonna do this. Oh, okay. You reckon that's this? He's got an alibi. At least he didn't do it himself, but then who did? It was me. I did it. You never know. Secrets in the dark, the truth. Time to check the details of the old case. The past, the present, the future. None of these are words, maybe like clock. There we go. We can go back in time. How about we shan't do that. What about Shane? What about like a chaser, person that runs behind a car, you know? Oh, let's go. Time to check the details of the case. Recap. Time for a recap. That case never sit right with me. Okay, I found the victim from 4 years ago. It also seems to involve the missing case and hush money. Oh god. We don't want any of that, do we? That's the... We can avoid that. Richard Monroe, 5th of the 15th, 1981. Closed to room 308, Riverview Hotel. Balloon force trauma to the head. He was the only individual confirmed to have access to the room near the time of the death. Simon Lane. Right. A burn note under the verb mentions CV tied to Monroe's investigation determined disappearance of the hash pages. The CV's identity remains unknown. It's just he was just making a job preference. What's that? Vitae? Curriculum? Hotel, I reckon it is. Yankee Foxtrot. How about fails, even though I know that there's no. How about plate, even though I know there's no E. Plant. Evidence may have been planted on Simon. Case involves more people than it seems. Aha, tracking Theron paid off. Last night he was seen making a deal with a woman in an alley. Maybe like a trade? Or shady? I gotta think of crime words now. Secretly exchanged files without a wit. A classic shady deal. Theron won't slip past me this time. Just arrest him if he's already doing crimes. Aaron was approached again for questioning. Let me put the radio on.
Said you were looking for work. Any luck so far?
Nah, nothing yet. I'm thinking of leaving town.
Then tell me this. Do you recognize the face in this photo? Late night, street corner?
Oh, that. She just wanted to buy some old records. Nothing shady, just business.
Normal business?
She bought every trace she could find as gifts for starships. Why? Aha. We get to avoid the tape. Jay Lewis was a liar. This is the 10th time no one listened, and so I acted. You reckon it's 10? No? Acted? Oh, well, we definitely know there's no T. That we could put it in just to see if it puts any source on any letters. Why didn't I receive any of that earlier? Oh, it's because there was like a mole, right? Or what else do you call it? A rat. A plant. Even though we've already guessed that. Plead. Plead. No. What about this? I mean, that's fine. We know. Okay, perfect. What about shame? Shame? Like this? Due to shame. Maybe like. Aha. Emace. E-base. It was erased. I didn't read that. Monroe case, blah blah blah, something, and then... Wait, is that Lewis and Monroe in a parking lot? Wonder if there's, oh, no. Never mind. Sorry mode. What did it say? Play history. Aha. So we get to find out. These are all of the... Aha. These are all of the words that I've ever guessed, I see. And Monroe in a parking lot? Yeah, there's making a deal to doing a trade. Which is a word I guessed earlier. Or, shade. We got some shame, obviously. The Shane. Monroe. No, I never even spoke to him. Obviously he's a shape. He's shaved. He's a... he shared and that. He did a shaze. He's a shape. He shagged. We did a shake. Right over. This photo shakes his story apart. Lewis lied. He knew Monroe all along. Aha! He did an unmarked tape from the evidence bag.
You said you're Simon's daughter?
That's right. I just want to know the truth. Was my father the only one who entered room 308 that afternoon?
No.
I remember that day. It caused quite a stir in the hotel.
Yeah.
I've spent months digging. Front desk logs, cleaning records, shift schedules. A lot was missing, but one copy stood out. The spare key log from May 15th after 2 p.m. The page is completely blank. Like someone should have written something but didn't.
That day, nothing was written down.
Right. Nothing was written down. but that doesn't mean no one took the keys. I am not here to blame you. I just want to know, did you give the keys to anyone else? And who was it?
It was Lewis. He came to the desk that afternoon.
Oh no, okay.
Check the window locks on the second floor. He asked for the spare keys. I picked up the pen to log it, but then he stopped me. He looked right at me and said, "You don't need to write this one."
And you did.
Oh wow, okay.
I was only 19. My first job.
Hmm.
When he told me not to write it down, I just froze. I didn't want to cause trouble. I thought it was nothing at the time. I never imagined it would lead to this.
How about like pilot? You know, like the wine. So Lewis told him not to write it down. A pivot, right? So the left on pivot, the case pivoted from that moment. Final verdict. All questions seem to have their answers. Da. Alrighty. Request to reopen case 1487C. With the new evidence, the early conclusion can no longer stand. Dear Chief Inspector, I'm writing to formally request the reopening of case 1487C, originally closed in 1981, regarding the incident at Riverview Hotel, which resulted in the death of Richard Monroe. Recent evidence has surfaced that directly contradicts conclusions reached at the time of the case's closure. Testimony obtained from a previously unrecorded witness, Clara, suggests that key facts were either overlooked or are misrepresentative. Given the gravity of these revelations, the possibility that the original case is misclassified or even intentionally misled, I strongly recommend a full reinvestigation. Respectfully, Detective R. Worden, Raymond Worden. And we've got 6 letters now. Misled. Some things don't stay buried forever. Like the evidence, for example. Or like Cinder. Aha! Get a lot of new words. Alright. That could be den, like at the end. Like garden. We could try that. I know that, okay, so yeah, it is definitely den, so it's like something din. What about Winden? Worden? No? Spined sin blah blah blah. Ligden. Gilden. The Gilden throne. Well, we actually knew that it wasn't it at all. Like, what am I thinking of? AI. I do think it might be hidden. Okay, so quiet for years. What was hidden needed a voice. A month later, Julia was arrested and confessed to killing Lewis. Her prints matched the murder weapon. Aha. Confessed. Arrest. No. She's 5'1". She's short. Smelts, obviously. Fiery, obviously. No regret, only relief, as if a debt repaid. Oh, that's a good word. If only we thought about it earlier. But now we know that, you know, it's something A blank E blank blank E. What? You know when you're playing a game like this one, right, and you just can't think of any words? And, you know... So we know it's a... What is a word that does that, you know? You ever thought about that? Let's do... What's our... Let's turn on this for a second. Yeah. Okay. Obviously it's avenue. Ah, it's not. Avenge. Julia believed Lewis phoned her father. To avenge him, she made Lewis the victim. Case is closed. I was named last month's Texas of the Month. Or Detective of the Month. The Texas Sheriff. Raymond Worden, Sheriff. Police. The Texas Sheriff. Raymond Worden. You know. He was a good man. Happy ending. It was obviously flimsy how he got his ending, you know? It was, no. Facile. Aha! Got a lot of information there. We know that it lies here, right? Finale. Finale. Every trail, every search night, every broken lead, all of it led here to this finale. Finale. The ending seems perfect, yet the cancer from 4 years ago remains full of unanswered questions. Was I'm a message. Put that one in as an answer. Smoke. No. Doctors. No. It was pointy. It was totals. Okay, so there's the T's not in a lot of places. It must be here, right? Or here. It's obviously solved. Aha! We got more letters now. Vote. Yeah, that's a word. No, we know that it's not a, you know. Okay. Like cupboards. Covert. What the file says is only server. The rest says covert. Could Munro's F be linked to the CV hidden in those pages? Maybe. Reduce requested. No second chance is just silent. So there's someone there's like a mole or a rat or a worm or a bug. With plants, you know. It was a moose. It's obviously a master. Yeah, at least we know where the S is now. We don't know where the A is. Or what about this? Card? Shred? With that? No. Okay, so it's sword. Third. Oh, we know that there's a U actually. I've forgotten about that. So it could be third. Like absurd. Absurd. Clear evidence just they prove to reopen absurd. Someone inside is pulling strings. Yeah, so who's CV inside? After the Munro case, the old sheriff was quietly dismissed. They say his badge hidden secret. Where might the badge have been placed? Like in the lockup, right? Aha. Oh, what's that? 7 letters now. Gross. It was Secro. What about block? Just like anything's an S because it makes like we can make 6 letters into 7 letters, you know. But the problem is that we use most of these letters. We need to have like. Let's turn this on. I can just see. I mean, normally I wouldn't type it, but you know. It was hacked. Pickard. Well, we know. Pachard. Merchant. Pokemon. They're gonna guess Pokemon now. Bedroom placed. Archery. Fucking hell. Archive. The archive holds the traces of cases long forgotten, perhaps even the badge itself. Deep in the archive room amid the piles of old belongings, the rusted badge was found. I'm gonna just try archive again. Just because I think it's got a lot of good letters. Press Texas, Ennis, Texas, Chief of Police. Crimes. Crimmins. Crimeas. Like the country of Crimea, but twice. What about? What manacle is a novella word, isn't it? What goes around your ankle? when you're being tied up. There we go. Well, at least we tried some new letters, right? Actually, we got quite a lot of RGCINE like this. So we need just 2 letters left. How would you describe police like this? Obviously. This is how you wouldn't describe police. Oh, we haven't used an S yet. We're using H. Yes, Sanaka. There we go. We'll put in a laugh like this. Okay, so it is a S. So the full letters are SNICER. Is that all we got? What about sincere? This soon. Behind this all serious words, we might finally be able to discern the truth. See Vidnet. The shit of the Monroe case never faded. CV is our new sheriff. See Vidnet. Are we gonna arrest C Vidnet? Some stories end, others find their way back. The case file has been reopened. Oh, now we get story mode plus. Ooh. What does the story mode plus say? I found a few yellow pages of riddles that no one knows who left them. Okay, it's a shift cipher. Okay, do I really want to do a shift cipher right now? Not really. I'll end it here. Thanks so much for watching. If this one becomes a video, if it doesn't, too bad. If you've enjoyed, press the like button. It helps out a great deal. Otherwise, subscribe if you want to see more. And in the meantime, I'll see you in the next one. See you.